Hi everyone, this is Mel. I am here again filming a video over Asvab. I just got done working out and that's why I look like this, though I look like this all the time. So anyways, I wanted to make this video because I was in my recruiter's office and someone walked in and they said they scored a 34 and how they were asking my recruiter how can they get their score higher, and I was sitting there and my recruiter asked me, since I scored pretty decent, um, on how I studied. So in case you don't know, you take your ASVAB. I took it by myself. My recruiter didn't drive me there since I'm only 30 minutes away from the MEP Center. So I drove there on just like a random Tuesday, I think, and walked in there and took the test and then went back home. So you immediately get your results. They tell you to give it to your recruiter, but my recruiter told me to open it immediately and call him, and then you get it on this piece of paper. Covering the top part because it does have a lot of my information. But basically, let me fold it. So basically, you have all of this junk on it. It's like standard scores, Army, Air Force, Navy, Marine. What they're looking at overall is this score at the bottom, the AFQT percentile score. And I scored a 76. There are different categories when it comes to jobs. There's mechanical, administrative, general, and electronics. So then you also get scored in each different area for each branch. I think the Army and the Navy and Marines have a different way. There's way different numbers than ours. So for the Air Force, the mechanical it spells out mage. Mechanical, I scored a 69, administrative a 72, general 80, and electronics 81. So I think I did fairly well in general electronics. I know a lot of people scored probably better than me. I know my husband was in the Air Force and he scored a little bit below me, but not by much, like 2 points. So I think I'm in an average area. So what I did to study for for the ASVAB was these two books. I found one at Books A Million years ago, though. This one is ASVAB powered by Learning Express. This one I would say if you have a little bit less time to study, like you want to go ahead and take the test in like less than a week, this is the one I would suggest you picking up. You could it's been years, so you could probably pick this up at a used bookstore or somewhere there. I'll try to find if they have these online, if they have the newer editions or what. Then I also have this bigger one that I picked up at a thrift store, um, and this one has a lot. Has a lot more to study over. So if you have like a while, 3 months maybe. I had about 3 months to study. So I used this. Well, I used both, but so a little bit about me. I'm 25 years old. I've been out of high school since 2009, so I felt like I had to study because this kind of is basic knowledge or basic things that you were taught in high school. I did go to college, and then it's been like 2.5 years, maybe 2 years since I haven't been in college because I never finished my degree or my bachelor's degree. So anyways, I felt like I had to brush up on a lot of things, and I'm glad I did because a lot of it I did not know until I started studying. So I'm going to go over the smaller book. This one is actually pretty helpful just at the beginning part. If you find this in like um, the bookstore, Books A Million, it's always escaping my mind. There is a great section that's required, like requirements for selected military occupational specialties. So not only does it have a study in the beginning, it has like different things like a machinist. It tells you different types of jobs in the military overall, and it also tells you the physical demands, the ASVAB score, composite score you would have to make on it, and other requirements. And I thought the other requirements was something that I didn't know should be you would have to have. Like if you are let's choose this, a machinist, you have to have normal color vision, visual of 2030 without correction, and a minimum score on other visual tests. And that's kind of and it even gives you the civilian occupation, like it's probably a welder, drop hammer operator. There's different things in here that I thought was kind of helpful overall when selecting your job choices. Um, so this one is has a little review for each. Really simple word problems, formulas. As you can see, I highlighted the heck out of this. These are chemical equations. And this one is not as in depth, but they do have little mini tests. And the thing I like about this is when you do test in it and do the little parts, it does have a place where you can go back and have the answers, a key, but then it also tells you like why this one was right or what this one was wrong. And I really liked that. So this one's really good. It's smaller. It's more in depth, or not in depth, but has a lot, explains a lot, explains why this answer is that. When you're studying, to get at least a 50, focus on the 4 main parts of the test that make up the bulk. So that is, let me see, I think it is mathematics knowledge, arithmetic reasoning, word knowledge, and paragraph comprehension. I really didn't focus on paragraph comprehension because you basically just read paragraphs, and if you comprehended it, you could find the answer. I would focus on, though, if you do have a problem comprehending things or like trying to find an answer quickly because it is timed, try to learn how to skim words to the question. So the question asks, why was Sally at this place? Just try to find place in Sally, like skimming through. But arithmetic, reasoning, and mathematical knowledge were something that I really heavily focused on because there's so much math that I have taken in college, and I kind of forgot the basics. I don't know how you forget the basics, but I forgot the basics, so I had to go back, and it helped a lot. Okay, so then with this book, this one's really, really in depth. This one has like, for this one's the science. It really goes back and has pages and pages of different things. This one is like um, the skeleton system, reptiles, humans, the digestive system. This one's really, really in depth. So there were different things I answered. They have multiple tests in this one. So there would be questions that I didn't realize I had no clue over. So I would go back into the review section and really just highlight things that I needed to focus on. Mine was more, when it came to science, it was more of atoms and cells and stuff. I've always sucked at science, so I went back and focused on that. And the math too. This one has so many different formulas, so many different things. I would suggest picking up this one too. And this one again, I found at a thrift store, so it's used. I'll try to find another one. Anyways, I hope this video kind of helps you on what to study for. Another thing I think you should focus on is time yourself. Time yourself when you're doing practice tests. Even if you're not using these books and you're using something else or doing it online, learn how to time yourself, because that was one of the things that I feel like I've seen other people struggle in, is them not getting a chance to really answer all of the questions because they spent too much time on one answer. So I think studying overall would help you answer quickly, but also timing yourself and seeing where you can pick up your speed in. So that was another thing. I focused more on math because word knowledge and stuff, I kind of blew through quickly answering it. Um, and so I feel like I knew some words, a good amount of words, so I went back and just focused more on math, because trying to figure out formulas and stuff was, when it came to time, was my bigger issue. Um, so anyways, I hope these help you. I plan on making a few more videos, not really that many. I only have a week left. And oh, I guess I should tell you what kind of job was selected for me based on my scores. So I made a list, and my recruiter called me one day. I think it was like probably 5 or 6 weeks after this happened, and I got selected to be an open general. So basically, I am open in the category of general, and when I did my jobs and stuff, I did select open in one area, and that was general. I could have selected open in any other area. That was just like if I didn't get any of those 10 jobs immediately, then I would want to be an open in one of those areas. And general was the one that had more of the intelligence jobs and more of the cyber jobs and contracting, which was my number one choice. Um, so that was, or it has a lot of like material management, knowledge, operations management, which is something I'm into since I went to school for logistics. I got my associates in logistics, so um, I wanted something that would kind of match. But I do know it is up in the air on what job I get. I think I chose a really great category because general also has all the medical jobs, and I do not want any medical. When I go to basic, they'll tell me to write like a list of 10, I think, of jobs again, and going through that selection process again with all the other people there open that are in open. I'm not putting any medical jobs, so hopefully that helps. Uh, Most people select open general because of medical, and I do not want anything medical. So I guess I'll update you guys when I graduate and on my way to tech school or at tech school if I have time on what job was selected for me. And hopefully it's something I really wanted, like contracting. So I hope this video helped any of you guys, and if it didn't, you can let me know in the comments like your video sucked, and I'll try to make sure I don't make any more like this. Anyways, thanks you guys for watching my videos, and comment, and yeah.